Um, yeah, disappointed. Um, it was a good effort. We stuck largely to what we said we would do, especially in the first half, and to lose in the last minute of any test, especially this one, full house in Loftus. Yeah, it was a tough one.
How'd you pick yourselves up second test coming up?
Oh, that's not hard. We talked about that in the change rooms afterwards, and the big thing for us is that we have to be better than we were on Saturday. We have to be, and we have to improve. And if we're going to get what we want out of this tour, it's a lot of work that we need to do, and we're prepared to do that.
How's Thomas Francis?
No, he's good. He's good. He was it was tough at the time. It's tough to see anybody being knocked out like that. But no, he recovered well afterwards. He seems pretty good in himself. So it's over to the medics to take it from now.
Still hopefully good way back to the test.
Hopefully. But like I said, priority would be his health, and we got an unbelievable medical department to make sure that he comes first in that.
Win Jones and tight end option Saturday.
No, we got two tight ends we brought out with us, Sam and Harry. So it's a massive opportunity for either one of those.
Massive, obviously, it's a huge test to make their debut against the best scrimmaging team in the world, probably.
Yeah, it's a hell of a opportunity for anybody, and especially two very committed young professionals like those two. So this is a massive positive for them and for us, because it increases our depth in that area, and that's what we're after.
Happy with the scrum went.
Um, yeah, look, there wasn't a lot of scrums on the weekend. There's improvements for us to do. We know that. But considering where we were last time we played them, it's definitely an improvement. But as I said before, we need to be better than we were last Saturday, this Saturday.
John Wayne after the game suggested that pretty much said Thomas wasn't available this week. Is that the case now? You assessed it?
Yeah, yeah. It's a minimum 12 days for him.
Just to pick up on the other point about the other props, would you have any? Are you confident they're ready to be thrown in?
I'm confident that they're ready to take on the occasion. They're extremely impressive young people, and they've worked their socks off since they've been over here. They fitted right in. I'm confident that the occasion won't be too much for them, and I'm confident they're going to go out there and give everything they got.
It's probably more of a case of being excited about the challenge.
Yeah, and I think when you come out here and you play test rugby out here, you know what's coming through the front door. You know it. So, it's a great place to be. Being in front of, South Africa who haven't had any crowds for 3 years in Loftus, an iconic stadium. Playing the world champions there, and Bloemfontein is, don't get better than this.
Just a word for Dylan Lewis, pretty much 80 minutes against the Box. We know about their bench as well. That was a big challenge for him at altitude.
Dylan's been fantastic for us. He's played through a lot of pain before. Snapped both plantar fascias in his feet and played 80 odd minutes. So he doesn't get enough credit for me, and he's been excellent in this environment. And like you say, it's a hell of an ask what he did in the weekend, but he's ready to go again, and he's going to have to be.
What the news came through about Thomas and on his back, he was concerned back home about that position. Like you said, probably gets a bit more flack than
Yeah, it's the toughest position, one of the toughest positions on the field that he's playing. So I know, but it's about the rest of us, the pack, making sure that we help him in that area, and we can do that by being technically a little better than we were in the weekend, and we're going to have to be a lot better to get what we want from this weekend.
Just last one for me, the Rolling Moors did well in the first half to stop those. Second half, 3 tries. Is there a difference you saw?
Yeah, there was, and we again reiterating the same point that you go up against this team, you know what's coming through the front door, and they're going to keep on coming for 80 odd minutes, and you got to be prepared to stay in that fight, stay in that battle for 80 odd minutes if you want to win a test series out here, and we're well aware of that.
So in case of perhaps not sticking to the task in the second half.
There's a few technical things that we did slightly differently, and like I say, we can't get bored of doing the basics and doing them well.
John, just despite the defeat, you guys must go into the second test much more confidence than the first one to push the box right to the edge.
Yeah, it's as I said, you know what's coming. There are no surprises. And in the past and in the last two games I've been involved in, we've stayed in the physical battle. But this week again, it's going to be more than what it was on the weekend, and it's up for us as how physical we can be and how much we can repeat the basics of what we're trying to do. And when that comes down to confidence comes about being clear in your role, clear on your execution, and having a fight to keep that going for 80 odd minutes. So now we got confidence we can do that.
John, also think that you have what it takes to stay with Bloemfontein, because one of the key things that transpired in the game was the niggle, and often niggle is a window to break the state. So how important is it to just keep calm in Bloemfontein?
Look, discipline is a huge part of the game, and there's no secret it was part of our undoing in that first test. But look, you come into a great place to play rugby against a team that respected for coming at you, and you can't take a step back. You can't, and that's not being illegal or any of that, but it's about facing the challenge. And we did that. We're certainly not going to come here and just roll over, and we have to be on the front foot, and that won't change.
Just on that, John, there was a few instances in the first half where perhaps it was a frustrating Springbok with a bit of a shove on one of your players, and two of the boys then came into the back and made something. Is that the kind of thing that you want to see?
No, you don't want to see it in that necessarily. That's just isolated moments. You want to see that in your maul defence. You want to see that in your defence. You want to see that in how hard you work for each other. That's where you want to see it, and it's not done in the niggle. That's not what represents the fight of a team. It's in the aspects that a lot of people don't see. So that just gets blown out of proportion of literally what is nothing.
When you look at it, they tried to steal, and that's more caught the box by surprise, but also well executed. How much of it you guys want to have?
Sorry, I didn't catch that.
The Huey they tried, that try that was very well constructed try. So how much of it you want to get?
It's we're down to 13 men at that point, and what was good was that we're trying to problem solve on the field. We're trying to and that part of that game was executed with people who hadn't been in those roles before. But surely, yeah, we first off we need more set piece in their 22 than we had on the weekend, and that enables you then to squeeze pressure on the opposition. Now, South Africa in the second half had 3 times more lineouts than they did in the first half, and a lot of those were in our 22. So you got to be technically very, very proficient to keep battling that out. So yeah, so we need to make sure that we have more opportunities to put them under pressure in that 22.
John, much is said about the Six Nations performance and obviously teams in the URC. Are you more than happy with the evolution that happened over 80 minutes?
I'm happy with certain parts of it, but the reality is that we came here to win and we didn't. That's the overriding emotion. Probably straight after the game would have been disappointment. But as a team, I think we've shown many times over the past that we'll fight, and that's never been in question. So, yeah.
The boys are sort of chomping at the bit, and what could happen in Bloem?
Yeah, they're pretty bashed up right now, but we'll recover, and like I say, we're excited of the challenge that awaits us, and we know that it's going to be a bigger challenge than it was in Pretoria.
And we'll finish up with Martin.
The team beat the last time out at home by Italy would be expected to get within a conversion in a couple of minutes of beating South Africa in Pretoria. Now, that in itself must give you some sort of pride that at least in terms of performance, you're heading very much in the right direction. Is that fair to say?
Yeah, I think it is. It's I'm not going to go into the Italy game. That was something in itself, but we'd like to think that we show in the majority of games that we play a huge level of fight and determination. And were I surprised by that in the weekend? No, I wasn't. I wasn't surprised by that. Like I say, this group of players, they will fight, and we're disappointed because we didn't win, because we came here to do that.
You don't get close just by fighting and having.
No, there's a lot.
Something there. What were the technical qualities that were there on Saturday that have been missing, or certainly were missing against Italy?
I think we worked a lot harder in this game than we did in that, and there's a multitude of other things that come into that factors. But one of the things we pride ourselves on is work rate and physicality, and we showed that on Saturday, and we didn't last time.